opportunity to have a lot of at-bats, being that super utility guy for A.J. Hinch. I mean, that's one thing the Tigers value is versatility. They have a few guys that can play multiple positions.
And the fastball ties him up. Soto digs deep for out number 2.
Yeah, the previous sliders in this at-bat kind of sets this fastball up to get McKinstry a little bit late, a little tardy on that fastball running in under his hands.
With a guy like that, is it easy to just look and say, all right, slider's working, break away from lefties, fastball's got that run in? It makes it simple for you behind the plate, or no?
No, I mean, with a guy like Soto, where you know he's got some bouts of wildness sometimes as a catcher, whether you're calling fastball or slider, you're just focusing middle and let the natural movement of the pitch kind of dictate what's going to happen. You can see there, Wells, you know, on a lot of these pitches, he's set up right down the middle of the plate. And because part of Soto's effectiveness is his wildness. And, you know, sometimes you don't want to take that away from him by trying to make him, you know, be too fine on the corners. Hey, just focus in the middle. Let's your stuff eat in the middle of the plate.
Tyro Lorenzo singled and scored in the second. Here he is with 2 at the corners. Tigers already with 6 hits in this one. And the breaking ball gets him out front, 0-2.
Yeah, you can see now he's trying with guys on base. Wells is trying to, you know, mixing in that off speed with that fastball, not trying to be too one-dimensional. Keep these guys guessing.
Well, this time last year, MLB Pipeline had Lorenzo as their number 82 prospect. There were hopes he'd become the next Alex Avila. 1-2. And for Tyro, this has to be fantastic because he is from the Dominican Republic by way of San Francisco de Macorís. Still only 22 years old. Trying to bounce back after a tough year at AA.
Yeah, some of these young guys, Greg, that were, you know, born and raised in the Dominican and obviously playing in the States now, you know, have never really had a chance, you know, to play in front of some of their family and friends as a professional player. And, you know, so for a guy like Lorenzo, it's, you know, it's a big deal, the fact that he's able to do this in front of some family and friends. And they get to see him in a Tigers uniform, probably for the first time.
Originally signed as a free agent by the Dodgers 5 years ago when he was still just 17. Worked his way back, 2-2, and that one gets him. And Soto's feeling it. Works around the walk and the single and keeps this game tied at 3.
To those who never got over Olive Garden's braised beef tortelloni, and those who rallied to bring back ravioli to Portobello, we're obsessed that you're still obsessed. So we're bringing back fan favorites for a limited time, starting at $12.99.
Gillette Labs is just a fancy-looking Fusion 5? No, it ain't. It's Gillette's best shave, and its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come feel my cheeks.
Dad.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better. I'm a stickler for good dental care.
Me too. Ooh, looking sharp today. But even if we take care of our teeth, we can still get, don't say it, a big dental bill. That's why dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company is important. It helps pay for over 400 procedures, all with no deductibles and no annual maximums. Call or visit physiciansmutualdental.com for your free info kit with all the details. Physicians Mutual Physicians.
You ever feel like you're stuck in debt? Yeah, I know all about getting stuck to things.
But there's good news. Debt can be fixed faster, easier, and with less stress when you use Debt Blue.
Distress from debt can be overwhelming and wreak havoc on your life.
I can't believe it. I'm totally paid off.
So if you're stuck in a cycle of debt, give Debt Blue a call right now.
Behold the new Harry's Plus. 5 German-engineered steel blades, premium metal handle, our most advanced pivot mechanism, at a price that makes Big Razor big mad, and guys everywhere very happy. Harry's Plus.
Relief Hotline. Tell us where it hurts. Feeling nauseous? At a big night out? Start with Nausine. Nausine's 4-minute formula is just right for effective nausea and upset stomach relief. Nuclear hot wings. That'll do it. Kobayashi Healthcare. If it hurts, we help.
This is baseball, with nothing held back. Expect everything.
They're feeling real good tonight inside of Estadio Quisqueya, Juan Marichal in Santo Domingo. The capital is ready, and so are we. Bottom three, Tigers and the Dominican Republic tie 3-3. And it appears that we are going totally rogue in this game. We're playing showcase rules. Ty Madden is back in the game after Matt Seelinger came in to get the last out in the second. So Ty Madden's final line is going to be all sorts of screwed up, but what it tells us is that maybe he's ticketed for the starting rotation in AAA.
Well, I mean, they're definitely stretching him out. He is a starting pitcher, but you're going to think twice now when you put the the final line on whatever pitcher comes out of this ball game.
Make sure you're writing pencil. Of course, I've got pens all over the place. Seelinger struck out Soto, and now Guerrero, who struck out to end the first, keeps it even 2-2.
This is just something that teams can do over the course of spring training, and obviously in this exhibition game, Seelinger came in to kind of finish the inning for Madden, but Madden's allowed to come back and start the following inning to try to get some length, get that work in. This is all kind of per spring training rules. That way that pitchers can get their work in, but teams don't feel the need to let someone be out there and kind of wear them.
Last time Ty Madden took a mound in a real game was the 2024 wild card in Cleveland. That was October 5th. A series that the Guardians won, and then the Tigers returned the favor last year. Another 2-2 to Vladdy. Might have broken his bat, and Madden takes care of it on his own. And I'm wondering if that's ever happened to him before, where he's been taken out of a game and told, sit tight, you're going right back out.
It's probably the first time, but yeah, like you said, I mean, I'm sure when he came out of the game, that was the conversation with AJ as far as hey, just sit tight. You're going to go back into the game for that third inning.
There's Manny, who started that third inning with a walk. Grounds this one to the left side. Keith recovers after stumbling and throws out his counterpart. One pitch, one away.
And Manny going after the first pitch here, grounding to third. Keith does a nice job keeping his feet underneath him. We did see there was some rain a little bit early on. We've seen a couple of guys slip on the field. So a little slick out there.
I think it was McKinstry who had the little whoopsie-daisy going around second. Here's Junior Caminero. Line drive scorched, and by McKinstry into center. So Junior Caminero's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. And he's jacked up.
Yeah, this ball was rocketed up the middle. I mean, no chance. Really, McKinstry just had the only way to be able to try to knock that ball down, but I mean, it was by him before he even reacted.
I think he found the camera, too. He knew exactly where to look. Junior Caminero, built for television.
Well, he did hit that game-winning home run for Albert Pujols in the Escogido in winter ball a couple years ago that, it took him about 5 minutes to round the bases.
Not that anybody was timing or anything. Here's Julio Rodriguez hoping for a faster first half.
Vamos a hacerle.
Slow starts the last couple of years.
Vamos a hacerle.
Oh boy, when he gets going, he can carry the Mariners.
That's a good point, Greg. That's something that players do think about. They know, if they have had slow starts either, early on in the season or, something if they can't tend to finish a season off or kind of taper off towards the season, that's something going into the following year you're always kind of conscious of and trying to make better. But you can see him, he's got power to all fields, and he's able to, take the pitch, take the ball wherever it's pitched, and, whether it's in, middle, away, he can take it left, center, right, and just has the ability to be a very dynamic offensive player.
He is an equal opportunity slugger. With 17 of those home runs going to the left side. Made his third All-Star team last year. And one of the first faces you see when you get into the Seattle-Tacoma airport. This is on a billboard for Alaska Airlines. So whenever you get into Seattle, first person you see is Julio Rodriguez. He's the mayor.
Oh my God.
2-2. Looked like he overcooked it. What's encouraging, despite the results, and he's looked okay, is that Ty Madden feels strong enough to get out there and give them more than 50 pitches tonight.
Yeah, I think he's definitely stretching out because he is going to be one of the starters in Toledo and adds depth to this starting rotation for the Tigers.
Runner on the move, another walk. So that's 4 of them now. Given out by Tigers pitching.
And I think for Ty Madden, the work this spring, really is to show that he's, wants to be one of the guys called upon once if there's ever a need or somebody needs a blow or there's an injury to that rotation.
Brent Herter is coming in. We'll get a look at the lefty when we come back.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise!
TV
got hot. Hey, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps. So hot. Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Degree Clinical 5X. Protection for 5 types of sweat? Let's see. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Personal questions getting too personal? No sweat. Time to give them a show they didn't ask for. See? No sweat. New Degree Clinical 5X, the strongest degree ever.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Brent Herter emerged as a nice weapon for A.J. Hinch out of the pen last year.
Hay presión ahora.
ERA and 43 appearances. He deals with Austin Wells. First pitch strike with Caminero at second, Rodriguez at first. So we saw Ty Madden not once but twice. Matt Seelinger prior to that. And now Herter trying to send this one to the fourth.
Yeah, Greg Herter has a nasty sinker. I mean, he is a ground ball specialist out of A.J. Hinch's bullpen right here. Goes with that sinker-sweeper combination.
Wells has seen him before in the regular season, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He's staring at an 0-2 count here. Austin an RBI single to score the first DR run in the second.
Yeah, a lot of time Herter's game plan against lefties. He tries to throw that sinker in. Every once in a while throws it away to try to get a caught looking and then the sweeper away.
And he blows the fastball by him. He comes in and makes a grand entrance. Strikes out Wells on 3 and keeps this game tied at 3.
The third annual Spring Breakout is here. Which of the top 100 prospects will take the field this year? Find out in the Spring Breakout Series Roster Reveal Show.
Is he a primetime guy or what?
Thursday at 12 Eastern on MLB Network.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
I like winning on the field, but it's even more fun winning on Deal Dash.
Lori won $2,000 Tiffany earrings for just $1, and Joseph won an iPad for just $6. There's millions of fast auctions. So try today at DealDash.com for $50 of free credit and your first win guaranteed.
It's time to rethink what a complete multivitamin can do, like support you as you navigate a new country. Taking Centrum Silver daily is clinically proven to help slow cognitive aging in older adults. You did it.
Let's go. Degree Clinical 5X. Protection for 5 types of sweat? Let's see. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Personal questions getting too personal? No sweat. Time to give them a show they didn't ask for. See? No sweat. New Degree Clinical 5X, the strongest degree ever.
When a shopping cart smashed my headlight, we worried we'd have to fight to get paid for such a small claim.
And life would revolve around the shopping cart.
But that never happened. Geico got it fixed fast.
Soup time.
It feels good to get going again. It feels good to Geico.
Baseball and community go hand in hand. And with pitch, hit, and run, you can make a lasting impact. Scan the QR code to sign up and host an event.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Gone, but not forgotten. Long-time Major League reliever Octavio Dotel, as we talked about earlier, Alex, one of your teammates, a guy that you spent a little time with, but certainly made an impact.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we were teammates in 2012 and 2013 in Detroit, and you know, in 2012 was, you know, really one of the key pieces in our bullpen that year, and we actually had, you know, a three-headed Dominican monster, I'd like to call him, between Dotel, Joaquin Benoit, and Jose Valverde, with the three of them in the back end of the bullpen. But Dotel was huge for us. Was extremely well-liked, a great teammate. Everybody loved him. One of those guys that just kind of kept the clubhouse loose all the time. And I was still a very young catcher, you know, with when he was on our team. And a lot of valuable lessons that I learned from him just from my experience with him. It sticks out in my head even to this day. Like there was a game in Pittsburgh, and he's in pitching, and there's the bases loaded with one out, right? In a situation where like it's tough to get out of that jam, right, without giving up any sort of damage. And I remember going out to the mound and talking to him, just like, you know, trying to get an idea of what he wanted to do, how he wanted to attack. He's like, and he just basically laid out the plan how we're going to do it. We ended up getting back-to-back strikeouts. The last one on Neil Walker on a curveball, which he rarely ever threw.
Goodbye, Jake Rogers. There's out number one for Dennis Santana.
But it was just one of those things where it taught me a lesson as a young catcher, like, hey, no matter the situation, you're just one pitch out of that inning. You just have to, you know, kind of trust in yourself.
It sounds like those three guys looked out for you, but of those three, who teased you the most as a young guy?
I'd probably have to say Valverde did.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. He was kind of like the jokester in the clubhouse, but there was definitely a shocking day learning of his death and the tragedy of that nightclub roof collapse.
Last April, a Jet Set nightclub, 236 fatalities, over 180 injuries. Not only Octavio Dotel, but Tony Blanco and Nelsie Cruz, the sister of Nelson, who is the general manager and the architect of this Dominican Republic team. So I'm sure he's feeling a lot of emotions tonight as well. And here's my prediction. I think that by the end of this week, there are going to be a lot of fans in the Dominican Republic who are now fans of Kevin McGonigal.
Yeah, he's showing that this atmosphere, he is not intimidated by it whatsoever, and he's ready for it.
Driven in all 3 Tigers runs. There's that discernible eye that we've talked about. So he got the party started. Solo shot on the very first pitch from Severino back in the first, and then a 2 RBI single in the second, which made it 3-zip. DR then tied it with 3 in the home half of the second. And there's a walk. McGonagall's on for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, let's take a look at Kevin McGonagall's night so far. The home run here off of Luis Severino on the first pitch of the game. You know, just kind of getting the Tigers out in front, getting the Fathead out in front. And then the RBI base hit on a fastball up in the zone again. Doing a fantastic job so far in this game of putting together some quality at-bats for this Tigers team.
No slouch at the plate here. That's Riley Green, who's 0 for 2. Riley has made back-to-back All-Star teams. Came into the year ranked number 4 on our MLB Network top 10 left fielders list. Still only 25 years old.
Yeah, that's...
And that ball gets away on the pickoff attempt. It goes all the way down the line. And McGonagall, with his wheels, is going to 3rd. So I don't know if Vladdy got surprised or if Santana just didn't make a good throw. Kevin McGonagall's been in the midst of everything tonight for Detroit.
Yeah, taking a look at this again, I think really it was just kind of a throw that was wide from Santana. Nowhere near close for Vladdy to be able to try to get a glove on it. It was just a wide throw on Santana's part, trying to be too quick on the pickoff.
Albert Pujols brings the infield in with McGonagall at 3rd and 1 out. Just the 2nd walk tonight for the Tigers, but it might give them the lead once again.
Yeah, in this situation right here, Pujols is bringing the infield in with 1 out, trying to cut that runner off to be able to keep them there or to throw them out at home plate if they end up having the contact play going.
I remember seeing an interview with Riley Green not too long ago where he spoke about really focusing this offseason on changing the idea of his approach. There were points last year where he admitted that he felt he could get to everything. He was going after everything. Now he said he's trying to be a little bit more selective. The strikeouts last year, really the only knock, second most in baseball behind only James Wood.
Yeah, I think that's something that it's great that he's able to kind of understand that and kind of see that as a young player. 25, still very mature approach, very mature player. And that's something he wants to cut down on those strikeouts. But I understand that. Sometimes you're going so well, you think you can hit everything, and you end up swinging at a lot of pitches outside the zone that are not necessarily the pitches that you can drive. But you just feel so good at the plate at times that, you're able to get to those. But
now, does the opposite happen where you're going bad and now you're laying off pitches that you would normally go after?
Exactly. Sometimes when you're struggling, you're afraid to make a mistake, and you end up being too passive.
Good take right there. Spits on the 1-2.
Yeah, I think for him, though, like what he's trying to do is, you can see right there, 201 strikeouts last year. That's a lot.
Most of the Tigers' history.
But the production he provides, even striking out that much, he is, an incredible player. And it's just at 25 years old, you have to remind yourself a little bit too. He is 25 and already a multi-all-star, and one of the better players in this league.
Also helped. His first 2 years were affected by injury, Tommy John surgery on his non-throwing elbow, and a fractured foot.
Para allá, como Detroit.
Back to his left.
Como así.
McGonagall tags. And that's an RBI for Riley Green to give Detroit the lead.
No, that was an excellent at-bat there by Riley.
Aquí viendo cómo estamos perdiendo, pero todavía el partido está iniciado. Vamos a ver 4 innings.
Fastballs and breaking balls and off speed to try to either, get him to swing at a pitch that he wants to get the strikeout.
El equipo ganó. Ahí vi que ganó.
Of getting that ball out in the outfield to get the run across.
Well, Dennis Santana started the inning, but he's not going to finish it. DR going to the pen. We'll tell you who that is when we come back.
Lemons.
Tú no eres de México.
Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh,
Entonces México ganó. Tú vas a ver, aquí abajo lo presentan. Tú ves donde dice mlb.com. Ahí presentan los equipos que jugaron.
Trapped inside because of your weed killer. But now, there's Spruce, the pet-friendly weed and grass killer. Spruce works differently by dehydrating to the roots for dead weeds in just 1 day. So go ahead, let the dogs out with Spruce.
Claro, juego PUBG. Me dio la gana como de transmitir, como había pocos lugares donde transmitir el juego, lo estoy transmitiendo aquí en Twitch, YouTube y Facebook. Así ya tú sabes. Después jugaré PUBG.
It's time to rethink what a complete multivitamin can do, like support you as you navigate a new country. Taking Centrum Silver daily is clinically proven to help slow cognitive aging in older adults. You did it.
Applebee's is bringing a taste of the Big Easy to your neighborhood, serving up all the Cajun flavors
Y tú
you've been
dime,
craving.
¿ahorita jugar? A veces te veo jugando. Que a veces tú con mi otra cuenta, se llama Raymond.
The new mouth-watering Big Easy Burger. And the new Cajun-style Bayou Shrimp Bowl. So come on in and bring the whole neighborhood to the table. A taste of the Big Easy starting at just $11.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
The new pitcher is Sir Anthony Dominguez. And he starts off Wencel Perez with a strike. Dominguez just joined the White Sox on a 2-year deal in January. After splitting last season in the AL East between Baltimore and Toronto. Had a really nice year. 3.16 ERA over 67 appearances. And helped the Blue Jays down the stretch on their way to the AL pennant.
Yeah, it really was a big key, a big piece in that bullpen for the Blue Jays down the stretch.
Sir Anthony out of Esperanza. Cracked foul by Perez, who's 1 for 2 thus far. And that's one thing that Sir Anthony Dominguez has done, even going back to his time when he came up with the Phillies. He has always been a lockdown pitcher in the postseason. 29 career playoff appearances, a 1.86 ERA. During the regular season, his ERA sits at an even 3.5. Calling his minor league games a few years ago, you could just tell that the stuff was there, that AA hitters had no chance. And he's parlayed it into a nice career.
Yeah, he really had, when he first came up, you know, it was all about, you know, his little bit wild, you know, his ability to be able to fill up the zone, and over the last several seasons really has honed in his mechanics to be very consistent with his release point, to be able to stay in the zone and get the swings and misses after getting ahead of hitters.
Got a nice look at Wencel Perez. And on 1-2, he's got no chance. That thing faded away. And Dominguez ends the inning with a strikeout, but the Tigers are back on top.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them, no trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
AMC is the new home of TNA Thursday Night Impact.
We are witnessing a golden era
where drama goes next level.
It will be carnage.
TNA Thursday Night Impact every Thursday at 9 on AMC. Stream on AMC+.
At Avocado, comfort isn't just how it's made. It's how it makes you feel. Our green mattress is certified organic, handcrafted, and built for lasting, healthy sleep. And with the Eco-Organic mattress, comfort is more accessible than ever. No compromises. 2 mattresses, 1 mission. Comfort you can trust. Every purchase gives back through 1% for the planet. Discover organic comfort at avocadomattress.com or a local retailer. Avocado, dream of better.
I'm a stickler for good dental care.
Me too. Ooh, looking sharp today. But even if we take care of our teeth, we can still get, don't say it, a big dental bill. That's why dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company is important. It helps pay for over 400 procedures.
Ajá, tanto legal, no sabía. Está jugando en tercera. ¿Con quién está jugando?
For your free info kit with all the details.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Your dog is bored.
trapped inside because of your weed killer. But now, there's Spruce, the pet-friendly weed and grass killer. Spruce works differently by dehydrating to the roots for dead weeds in just one day. So go ahead, let the dogs out with Spruce, pet-friendly, weed deadly.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field. Together. 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 Together.
Our WBC exhibitions continue tomorrow. Tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern for a rematch of these teams when the Tigers square off against the loaded DR team once again. That's tomorrow at 2 Eastern, right here on MLB Network. Back with Alex Avila, I'm Greg Caserta. Our entire crew is so happy to be with you as we turn the page to the bottom of the fourth, and 9-1-2 here for the Dominican Republic. Starting with the switch hitter Geraldo Perdomo. Perdomo, a fielder's choice RBI in that 3-run second for the Dominican Republic. And then in the top of this inning, the sac fly from Riley Green. And it's 4-3 Detroit. Tatis and Marte to follow. So no changes in the lineup. And that's something, too, I think we touched on it earlier, Alex, is that you're getting the full Dominican Republic squad here, whereas the Tigers, you're seeing a few more minor league guys, especially on the pitching side. Yeah, well, there's some games still going on back in Lakeland for the Tigers as well, so kind of a split squad situation. But, you know, with a lot of their major league players, you know, making the trip as well, a lot of minor league guys coming over to make this trip to help out. Perdomo on the ground, right side, past the diving McKinstry. It's a leadoff base hit here in the fourth. And a lot of those guys are going to get an opportunity to play in a great atmosphere against a very good team, with this Dominican team trying to get ready for the WBC. But Grant Herter right here gets the ground ball like he typically does, but perfectly placed, nice piece of hitting right there by Perdomo to stay with that off-speed pitch and drive it the other way. What's funny is we figured that the Dominican Republic would bring all the firepower, but 5 singles. All their hits have just gotten through. That's Perdomo's first, and now Nando trying to change that deep to left field and off the base of the wall. Green's got to get it in. Perdomo got a great jump. He's on his way in. Tie ball game. A little foreshadowing on your part there, Greg. I mean, you're talking about the firepower that this Dominican team can provide, and Nando kind of jumping on that first pitch off speed over the plate and doing a really nice job of getting the bat head out over the plate, just off the wall. He maybe thought he had it, but like you said, Perdomo with a great jump, knowing that ball was going to be burning Riley Green in left, gets a great jump and ends up scoring all the way from first base on that double off the wall. That ball was hit so hard it couldn't go higher. And what a read from Perdomo at first. He scores no problem. And now with a runner on the move. Actually, Tatis just bluffing at second. That got his attention. As we get a look at Herter after surrendering the game-tying double. So Nando's been on all 3 times. An RBI double, a walk, and a single. And Herter's got to be careful right here. 2-0 to Marte. Marte hitting from the right side. This is his power side. He's got a lot more power from the right side than he does the left side. Many people standing inside of Estadio Quisqueya. We got Soto, the lefty, on deck. And then the murderer's row of righties. Not really sure what they're expecting out of Grant Herter tonight in terms of pitch count. Maybe they go to the
esto, coño, se empata esta vaina.
Soto in the on-deck circle. 2-1. Marte leaning a bit. Yeah, nice job by Herter there to get back into the count after 2-0. Throws him a really good sinker to get the foul ball just off the barrel of the plate of the bat there, and then a good cutting slider right there, kind of in on his hands to get back into that count. Little lean right there from Marte. They tied the game with a sac fly back in the second. No chance to score Fernando and give the Dominican Republic their first lead. 3-2. Lined into center, but right at Clark. And now he's going to test the arm, and Fernando steals it. That's beautifully done. Great tag, and I don't think Clark was expecting it.
Well, this just heads up base running by Nando. I mean, the ball is hit on a line from Marte, but knowing that it's going to be backing up, Clark actually does a nice job, plays it the right way, but on a line drive like that, straight to center field, Nando, knowing it's going to be backing him up, figures that if he gets back to second quick enough, he could use his speed to get to third.
I could watch that base running display on a loop. That was brilliant. Start to finish. Soto with a big cut for strike one. Plenty of options here for Soto. Tigers with the infield in. So far tonight, Juan is struck out and flat out to right. Clark peering in from center. McGonigal, the other top prospect, up the middle at short. And the 0-1 is drilled to right. Back on it, Perez. Looking up, and it's out of here.
Vamos a esto, coño. Eso es coñazo. Ya, pues el spray está full, oíste.
Well, I think the party started.
Well, I mean, Herder right here tries to get a sinker in on Soto. Soto was kind of all over it, gets that bat head out, kind of in that nitro zone, down and into a lefty right there, and absolutely destroys this baseball. But how about the energy in that crowd after this home run? You know, taking his time around the bases, soaking it in. The place was going nuts. You kind of foreshadowed at the beginning, you know, five singles for this Dominican team. Where was the power? Where it's definitely showed up in this inning.
431 feet on the Soto smash. And the Dominican Republic's taken over in the capital. The loud double from Tatis to tie it. And now the go-ahead two-run shot. And it looks like they've shuffled the order here because it should be Vladdy up next. But it's Manny Machado. Oh, we missed Vladdy lining out.
Manny Machado, vamos a ver si un palito.
So Manny at the plate. Again, we saw some trickery with the pitching alignment. I thought it was very possible that they were switching spots in the order. So Guerrero, amazingly, the cleanup hitter 0 for 3, but his team has a 6-4 lead. And he's walked and scored. Last time up, he grounded out to third.
You know what it is, Greg? We were admiring the home run and the celebration so much that we completely missed an at bat.
I mean, I was soaking it all up, and now Machado unloads deep left field.
Machado de un palo ahora. Sí. Vamos a esto, coño.
Dominican Winter League is like. Sometimes it's like this.
Man, that's just a picture-perfect swing from the right side. Manny Machado, one of the most beautiful swings you'll see from the right side. Gets a breaking ball up in the zone, kind of sitting on that pitch.
Manito.
And just a moonshot to left center field. And like you said, Greg, I mean, that place is rocking. I mean, it's like, this is like their World Series right now.
And now Junior Caminero.
Junior Caminero. También. Junior Caminero también se fue para la calle. Es una fiesta de horrores. ¿Viste?
Look, if there's something that'll get you fired up. It's the atmosphere at this place right now, and these guys are really feeding off the energy of this crowd. And it just shows you how much baseball means to this country. But Caminero takes a fastball to the opposite field. He's got power to all fields, no doubt. Brain Herter doesn't give up a lot of home runs throwing that sinker, but in this scenario has left the ball up, and the Dominican team has made him pay.
Alex, he had given up 8 home runs as a big leaguer over parts of 2 seasons. He's been chased from the game by giving up 3 in this inning. Soto, and then Machado and Caminero back-to-back. The Dominican Republic has arrived in the 4th. Tigers go to the bullpen. We're back for some more chaos after the break.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot. Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Let's go.
Degree clinical 5X.
palito.
Protection for 5 types of
Está
sweat.
buena la vaina.
Let's see. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Personal questions getting too personal? No sweat. Time to give them a show they didn't ask for. See? No sweat. New Degree Clinical 5X, the strongest degree ever.
ACE's Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From
Brennan Hannafy is the new pitcher for the Tigers. He started Julio Rodriguez with strike 1, trying to calm this crowd down, and if he makes this play, he will. Hannafy, nice play to get Rodriguez and close out a frantic bottom of the 4th. The DR started teeing off 3 home runs and an 8-4 lead.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot. Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Wow, Allie, you're obsessed with Olive Garden's tender braised beef tortelloni. And we're obsessed with your 5-paragraph petition demanding its return. Fan favorites are back for a limited time, starting at $12.99. But unlike that petition, it won't go on forever.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up.
Your neck is one of the first areas to show signs of aging, but now there's an easy way to turn back the clock. Introducing Decladerm, a clinically studied cream designed to smooth and firm the skin on your neck and décolleté area.
I have these lines, these folds in my neck. And now since I've used Decladerm, it really smoothed out the skin.
Try Decladerm today for only $19.95 plus free shipping. Call the number on your screen. 800-465-6041.
When you have a rigorous training schedule like mine, we push our bodies all the time. Nutrition for me is really important. Having all my bases covered in one supplement gives me confidence I'm giving my body what it needs. There's an intention behind everything. That's how I've approached skiing my entire career. How I show up today and what I put in my body is preparing myself for who I am tomorrow. Fourth inning fireworks from the Dominican Republic. Juan Soto. 2 batters later, Manny Machado. And then Junior Caminero going back-to-back. They send 8 to the plate and come away with 5 runs on 5 hits. The Dominican Republic has taken over. And now Carlos Estevez is the new pitcher on for the top of the 5th, working with a 4-run lead.
Yeah, how about the energy? I mean, that's just, I'm already exhausted. And we're in the 5th inning.
Well, we're halfway home tonight. We got one more tomorrow. I'll tell you what, if you could procure some Cuban coffees for us in the morning, I will buy. Here's Estevez after Sir Anthony Dominguez got the final out in the 4th. Carlos has quite the arsenal. He saw a spinner right there to Torkelson for strike 2.
Yeah, he's really come on as one of the better closers in the game, too. Having a couple of really nice years. I did want to touch a little bit on that energy. That's something that I think, over the course of this tournament, the WBC, whoa, watch out there. That one getting away from Carlos. Just kind of slips out of his hand. Luckily a little bit over the head of Torkelson. But the energy that this team is going to bring, right? I think that's something that a lot of other teams are going to have to try to match too, because it can overwhelm you. And
Torkelson, nice piece into left field, falling in front of Soto. And it's a leadoff base hit for Torkelson, who's on board for the 2nd time.
Yeah, sometimes it could just kind of overwhelm you as an opposing team, and you end up getting caught up into it. So you have to be able to match them. But Spencer right here does a nice job on one of Carlos's breaking balls, getting it up and out over the plate, and hitting a solid base hit to left field.
Which is why a week from tomorrow, it's going to be appointment viewing. The Dominican Republic and Venezuela. Bring your noisemakers. And Colt Keith having a nice night. Swings through strike 1. From last year's saves leader, Carlos Estevez, 42 of them a year ago. First year as a Royal. Was the second Royal to lead the league in saves. Dan Quisenberry did it back in 1983. He's done it on a lot of stages. This one's grounded to second. Taylor made. There's the combo from the Diamondbacks. And they roll it 4-6-3. Marte and Perdomo up the middle.
Yeah, change up right here by Estevez. Gets Colt Keith out in front. But a really nice turn there by Marte and Perdomo to complete the double play.
You go back to last year's All-Star game. Estevez struck out Kyle Stowers, his teammate Fernando Tatis Jr., and Matt Olson in the 7th inning in the All-Star game. So he is built for nights like this. Laddie trying to find his way. Finally got his GPS working. Strike 1 on Max Clark. Clark reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, lined out to end the 1st. A game that the Tigers led 3-0 after the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, Estevez really kind of working his off-speed pitches in this inning. A lot of sliders and changeups. Kind of trying to use the aggressiveness of some of these Tigers hitters against them. He's done a nice job keeping the guys off balance for the most part.
And I think this could be the separator for the Dominican Republic, is the depth of their bullpen. Just with the names that they've trotted out tonight, Soto, Santana, and Dominguez, now Estevez, and you still have a few bullets in the chamber, like Abner Uribe and Albert Abreu. I mean, they have so many weapons at their disposal.
Well, we've seen this, this game really turn into a game of bullpens. A lot of times throughout a major league season, it's the same thing in the WBC because, your starting pitchers are going to have some limitations on them. So you're going to want to have a strong bullpen to be able to get outs late in the game.
Clark serves it into left. Soto coming on. The shortstop Perdomo gets out there first and ends the inning. And there it is. Everybody's frozen. And we're halfway home with the DR on top, 8-4.
I am an American soldier. I am a warrior,
and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
Applebee's is bringing the taste of the Big Easy to your neighborhood, starting at $11.99. Enjoy the fan-favorite Bourbon Street Pennant, the new Big Easy Burger, and the new Bayou Shrimp Bowl. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
ACE's Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
Hola, Anderson. Gracias. Como campeón este año, con Dios mediante.
Season's over. Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh, that's my favorite season.
We should have a watch party.
Jim Beam and Lemonade. Best enjoyed together.
Arthritis causes
Somos
pain in
campeones
the
con Dios
joints.
mediante.
Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
In the next few days, the Dominican Republic is going to ship up to Miami for
Este
Pool
partido con
D.
Joto va a estar fuerte.
And this is what it looks like. It starts Friday night against Nicaragua, and then Sunday, they get the day off in the middle of the weekend there against the Netherlands team that knocked them out of the 2009 WBC. Israel and Venezuela. That's the big matchup next Wednesday. As we get a little bit closer, the first real game of the World Baseball Classic gets underway in Tokyo tomorrow night. Steven Nelson and Jose Mota will have the call. There's Austin Wells. RBI.
Hay que hacer de par de carreritas más porque este juego se puede empatar. Hay que hacer de par de carreritas más para estar asegurado.
Last year, or the last tournament in 2023, the Dominican Republic lost their first game against Venezuela. They then beat Nicaragua 6-1, and then 10-run ruled Israel. But then they lost that final game at Puerto Rico, which was most remembered for Edwin Diaz tearing his patellar tendon while celebrating after he struck out the side in the ninth.
Yeah, that's kind of like worst nightmare for every team is one of your guys getting hurt in this tournament. So, you know, a little bit of give and take as far as and a little, you know, risk reward, you know, if you're a player playing in this tournament. But I mean, you can obviously see like the amount of passion and the excitement that all these guys get from playing in this. It's become something now. It means something to these guys now.
And a good spot right there, 96 from Hannafy to put down Wells. So Wells down on strikes a second time. Get a look at the heat here from Brendan Hannafy. That's right in his kitchen.
Yeah, it was a good fastball, kind of up and in. You know, just above the bat of Austin Wells there. Not quite able to get on top of that one. Perfectly located pitch by Hannafy.
We touched on it before. It's really nice when you have Geraldo Perdomo in the 9 spot. He's got an RBI fielder's choice and a single and a run.
Well, I mean, he really came on and broke out for the Diamondbacks last year from the offensive perspective.
He was their best player.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the glove has always been there. That was something I think coming up for Perdomo. Like, you know, you knew he was going to be really good defensively. It was what kind of bat were you going to get? And he really showed like he's a difference-making kind of offensive player. Just the combination of a good eye at the plate, contact, with some pop in there, has turned himself into really a dynamic, complete player.
You want to talk about all-star snubs? Geraldo Perdomo might be the biggest one of them all from a year ago. He was 5th in the league in on-base percentage, tied 7th in walks, and 9th in hits.
Yeah.
290 average, 4th in MVP voting, but not good enough for the All-Star game, which he has played.
RBIs, Greg. That's all I'm talking about.
I mean, come
100
on.
RBIs.
This one's pulled inside of first, and he's having
Eso es
himself
todo.
a night.
Eso es todo nada más.
MLB Network. That's down.
Cuidado, se mete en tercera.
Trying to pick up his third base coach. He gets the wave around. Here's the throw.
Sí.
He's in there with a triple.
Eso es. Nítido, manito.
Yeah, nice shot by Perdomo. Just sneaks one down the right field line. And if there's one thing that every Arizona Diamondbacks player does, it's run the bases really well. You can see here, he's hitting that inside corner with that right foot to be able to get a good turn around the bases. To get a nice clean slide into third base for an easy tripper.
Great job by our cameras getting a look at him, watching Carlos Fable as his third base coach. So Perdomo, 5 triples last year. His second hit brings up Fernando Tatis Jr., who's been on all 3 times.
Vamos, Tati, vamos, Tati.
A single, an RBI double, a walk, and a run. Fernando.
You know, a lot of times, Greg, too, when you're making that round, that turn around first base, and you're looking towards over your right shoulder, right towards the right field corner. Like at that point, you're making that decision on your own. You know what you got to do to be able to get to third, and if you can make it or not. And I think in that situation, Perdomo knew, like, you know, he had the time to be able to get to third base without much of a play. And like I said, there's something, you know, Arizona, playing for Arizona for a couple of years during my career. Dave McKay, the first base and base running coach there, he makes sure those guys are turning the corners on those bags pretty sharply.
So, Dave, if you're watching right now, Alex still remembers your teachings, and your current pupils have clearly paid attention. So Fernando's still in there at 2-2. Hannafy, the third pitcher out of the bullpen tonight for A.J. Hinch. And that's through the infield to score Perdomo.
Eso es todo, eso es todo.
Tatis Jr., 3 for 3 with a couple of ribbies.
Todo.
See, this is what makes Fernando and so many of these Dominican players so dangerous. 1-2 pitch right here. You're down in the count. Doesn't try to do too much. Stays back, gets himself a little jammed right here,
transmitiendo.
And is able to drive the run in.
El mundial aquí en Twitch, en YouTube.
It's just 2-strike approach. That's what it is,
Yes,
Greg. Like you can tell there, 1-2
En
count.
YouTube me
Not
sacan
trying to do too much.
copyright
Make
o
some
adentro.
contact, make something happen.
Una buena calidad.
Fernando gets a standing ovation on a night where he lit the fuse at the top of the order. Ahmed Rosario now pinch running, or a pinch hitting for Ketel Marte. So a couple of changes here. Regulars starting to come out in the bottom of the 5th. And it's Socrates Brito pinch running over at first for Nando.
Yeah, this pitch from Hannafy, the sinker running way in on Rosario. Gets him right in the handle.
Rosario lashes one the other way. He's in on the fun with a...
Vamos a Shaylee.
And ever since I made that passing comment about all the singles, this offense has erupted.
Yeah, they've come out really, swinging the bat since the last inning and just feasting on some mistakes here from these Tigers pitchers. Breaking ball kind of up in the zone, and Rosario fights it off for a base hit to right field here.
So we're going to keep an eye on the changes coming in for the Dominican Republic. Figure that the Tigers might do the same. Still early in the spring. Soto stays in, and he stays on it. A bullet into right field. Scores another DR run, and it's a 10 spot.
Yeah, we've seen an aggressive Juan Soto his last couple ABs. Gets a first pitch fastball, being aggressive with guys in scoring position right here. Base hit to right field. And Socrates Brito is able to kind of stumble and bumble into home plate here.
A little Chris Berman right there. Stumbling and bumbling. So Soto leaves to an ovation. You want to go out after doing something big. And the top of this order has done just that.
Well, you can tell this is more than just an exhibition game for this Dominican team. You know, with kind of the story of the tragedy. You know, the overall impact that this is having for the country, for this island. You know, there's a lot of energy in that ballpark right now, and these guys are feeding off of it.
Well, here's the elder statesman of this group, Carlos Santana, pinch hitting for Vladdy. And even though this offense has churned out 10 runs on 13 hits, Vladdy
follow
is 0 for 3.
Thank you.
Junior Lake, the pinch runner, on for Soto.
Níquido,
the veteran, staring at a strike.
Vamos a hacerle un par de carreras más, va a estar asegurado. Con un par de carreritas más que le hagamos, estamos asegurados. Claro, está día 4. Un par de carreritas más que le hagamos, estamos bien asegurados.
And he is the last player from the Dominican's 2013 championship team that's still active in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, we came up around the same time, him with Cleveland, myself with Detroit, and played against each other in the minor leagues coming up before as well. So I know Carlos very well, and his ability to be able to put together a good quality at bat. Always had a great eye at the plate. What he's done 17 years in the big leagues is truly remarkable.
About to begin his first year with the Diamondbacks. Certain guys you love seeing stick around. Baseball is just better with them in it. Carlos Santana certainly falls under that category.
Has been a really good Major League player for a long time.
So Hannafy trying to work his way out of the hole. And Santana
Eso es. Eso es. Ya, eso es lo que hay que hacer.
Here comes Rosario. It's a 7-run lead for the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, Hannafy's trying to go in with the fastball right here. Ball sinks out over the plate, and Carlos Santana does a nice job.
La gente Víctor, la gente del play ni gritando está allá. Porque ya la pela ya.
14 Dominican hitters have base hits since the start of the
Lo lindo de todo.
It's contagious.
Que hay gente en base.
Well, in that case, everybody's sick.
Y hay un solo.
Sick right now. That's not Manny Machado. He takes outside, ball 1. So Manny's night is done after that long home run back in the 4th. Michael De Leon is the batter.
Okay.
So we're seeing some guys who are not on the official roster but are part of that floating squad. Michael De Leon being one of them. Socrates Brito, who scored as a pinch runner for Tatis earlier, also part of that player pool.
Yeah, that one stings right there. De Leon getting one off the shin. That's never a good feeling. We'll shake that one off. He's got adrenaline pumping through those veins right now.
Yeah, you're still feeling those all these years later.
No. Hey?
2-1 from Hannafy.
¿Cómo fue?
Who's approaching 30 pitches.
No.
Big names are starting to filter into the dugout for the Dominican Republic.
No.
And now a grounder to second. McKinstry goes to the bag and then back to first for a double play. And the Tigers desperately needed that to escape the 5th. But the Tigers tack on 3 more at the end of 5. They're up 11-4.
Todo el mundo.
Moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep you out of the picture. Now, there's Sky Risen.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my symptoms means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Get back in the picture. Skyrizi is proven to help deliver relief, repair, and remission. Feel significant symptom relief as early as 4 weeks. Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year, and help people achieve lasting remission.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Ready to get back in the picture with Skyrizi?
Hola, hola, gracias por ese follow, es mi mate. ¿Cómo estás? ¿A quién vas? ¿RD o Detroit?
Hey, buddy. Morning. I'm a stickler for good dental care. Me too. Ooh, looking sharp today. But even if we take care of our teeth, we can still get... No, please don't say it. A big dental bill. That's why dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company is important. Now, this isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. It helps pay for over 400 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. That's a lot. It's easy to find out more. Just call or go online now to get your free information kit with all the details. This dental insurance helps you pay for routine care and expensive major procedures, all with no deductibles and no annual maximums. You can even keep your dentist. Why pay more for dental care? Get your free info kit and start saving today. Call or visit physiciansmutualdental.com. Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
There is nothing like baseball on a global stage where samurais swing bats and stadiums become orchestras. The World Baseball Classic returns tomorrow. Scan the QR code to see the full schedule. Expect everything. And if you've been scoring this game, you can expect everything because the Dominican Republic has gone to the well. They made numerous defensive changes. They've also gone back to the bullpen. It's Abner Uribe taking over here in the sixth.
No, that's why, Greg, there's not a single mark on my scorecard. Because I knew where this game was going to go. I'll let you take care of that.
That's my job. You just hang and sit tight. First pitch outside, so I'm going to get the changes to you as I write them in. That's how we're going to do this. So right now, we've got Agustin Ramirez back behind the plate in place of Austin Wells. O'Neill Cruz in center field for Julio, and then Jeremy Pena in at shortstop for Geraldo Perdomo. Michael De Leon over at third for Manny Machado. And there's a strike, 1-2 from Uribe.
Yeah, Uribe really coming in, pumping the heat already. 101 with that first pitch, 99 to 100.
See, that's the problem with all these changes. I can't even appreciate 101 right now. I got to make sure that all the bookkeeping is kept in order. Nice job by McKinstry to fight it off. Still 1-2.
Well, Uribe with one of the best fastballs in baseball. You know, he's got, I mean, I call it a fastball, they call it a sinker. Statcast does, but, you know, anywhere from 98 to 101. And then he's got that slider right there, devastating slider that, I mean, if you're a hitter, you got to pick one or the other. It's really tough to cover both.
All right, so I think we got it, partner. Ahmed Rosario's at second. Carlos Santana's at first. Socrates Britos in right, Junior Lakes in left, and now we can focus on Abner Uribe with another 1-2.
Well, that was a nice job on your part, getting through that, getting all those changes.
You know what? You watch enough hockey, you use the guys 5 at a time jumping over the boards. In this case, we just switched all 9. No big deal. 7, 8, and 9 here for the Tigers. And McKinstry waves at it for out number 1.
Yeah, that's what Uribe can do to you right here with that big fastball. He gets you to commit to pitches that you really don't want to commit, and gets McKinstry chasing outside the zone right there on a breaking ball.
You know, Abner Uribe is so young, turns 26 in June. I could see him playing in 2 more of these when all's said and done. And he has that kind of weaponry.
Well, I mean, for someone that throws as hard as he does, and as violent as he kind of comes at you, he's able to kind of, bring down that walk rate a little bit each and every year, to really hone in and fill up the strike zone. That's always going to be the key with guys that throw with big velocities, being able to throw enough strikes to get the hitter to commit.
Pat Murphy loved him last year, used him quite a bit in the playoffs, including 3 of the 4 in the NLCS sweep against the Dodgers. Jaime Uribe last year, 3-2, 1.67 ERA in 75 games. So you pair him with Trevor McGill. They're 2 of the hardest throwers in the sport, covering the late innings from Milwaukee. Tyrone Lorenzo, the DH tonight for the Tigers. 0 for 2 with a single and a run. We love A.J. Hinch because he hasn't made any changes to his lineup up to this point. 3-1.
That's just not fair right there.
No, it's not.
3-1, as a hitter up there with the guy that throws 98, 99, you're kind of expecting fastball the way right there, trying to gear up to catch up to it, and he drops in a slider backdoor to get back to this count.
Looking from the extreme first base side. Is that a sword? I think we got one. That's a nasty slider from Uribe. Back-to-back punch-outs here in the 6th.
Yeah, he's able to get back in the count with a 3-1 slider. And after throwing it for a strike, that's how you get the chase after that. You throw the strike to ball one after throwing it for a strike to prove that you can do that, and you get the chase.
Jake Rogers trying to erase an 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts in the 2nd and the 4th.
I was just taking a look at Ramirez's catching gear back there. He's got one blue shin guard and one red shin guard.
I can't say I've ever seen that before.
No, that's
pero tiene un control de picheo fuertísimo. Aparte que tira piedra. El control es bueno.
Well, I think that, there's certain times where you can, he's showing some national pride right there with the colors on the catching gear. I like that. But sometimes, for those special days, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you get a little extra flair in your gear.
Listen, I'm for the multicolored equipment. I just don't want to see him get sent to the principal's office.
Oye, aparte que tira piedra, tiene un control buenísimo.
Jake Rogers is not a guy that's going to be wearing colorful gear behind the plate. He is gritty, hard-nosed, Canyon, Texas kid. Tarek Skubal's personal catcher 2 years ago for his first Cy Young year. And it's all come full circle for him because he was one of the 3 players that came to Detroit in the trade that sent Justin Verlander to the Astros.
Yeah, how about that? Now he's catching him.
Diablo, 1, 2 y 3. Lo ponchó a los 3. Vamos a esto. Vamos a hacerle par de carreritas más. Va a estar un poquito más segura.
All DR in Santo Domingo tonight.
To those who never got over Olive Garden's braised beef tortelloni, and those who rallied to bring back ravioli to Portobello, we're obsessed that you're still obsessed. So we're bringing back fan favorites for a limited time, starting at $12.99.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them, no trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Hi, folks. Joe Namath here. I was wearing expensive hearing aids for years until a good friend of mine told me about MD Hearing. I got fitted right over the phone, and I've never had a better pair of hearing aids.
Call now and get 2 rechargeable Neo hearing aids for just $297 with a free portable charging case and free shipping.
Call my friends at MD Hearing and get the over-the-counter hearing aids that I use for you.
Call 800-731-9466.
Here in Manlandia, men love books. Books are filled with the essentials. Whoops. This Dr. Squatch deodorant is also filled with the essentials, like arrowroot, charcoal, and postbiotics. It even smells like barrel-aged bourbon. I like that. I bet bet you're asking yourself, can I be my natural, manly self? And smell like it too? Yes, you may.
Bien, estamos de regreso, vamos al cierre del sexto episodio. Cuando ya viene la banca de la República Dominicana, la mayor, todos los turnos que vamos a ver ahora.
You know, I played in high school. Really? Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
In between innings, Dominican Republic manager Albert Pujols went out to talk to the umpires, perhaps to see if there are mercy rules in effect tonight. But boy, he stands in some rarefied air, and I've met him. He's tall, so he's up there even more than I am. But most career home runs as a player who eventually managed the WBC team. And we've got Andrew Jones for the Netherlands this year, Mike Piazza for Team Italy. Just added to the list of achievements.
Don't be remiss, Sadahara O there with 868 career home runs in Japan. The great Sadahara O.
New pitcher for the Tigers, lefty Brian Sammons. And he gets Caminero still in the game as the DH, and you can't take this guy out right now. He's 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a solo home run the other way.
Yeah, he's really kind of come on and been feeding off this crowd. He just looks comfortable and ready. Already in mid-season form, it seems like, for Junior.
Lots been made about his defense over at third. He's talked about wanting to win a Gold Glove, and I think he's going to have his work cut out for him, but certainly athletic enough to make strides over there this year. Also have to adjust to playing back inside of Tropicana Field. How about a 4 for 4 night for the 22-year-old?
Yeah, just a fantastic night so far for Junior. 4 for 4, gets a breaking ball up in the zone, and just he generates so much bat speed and whip with that swing of his that, you know, really doesn't matter. He can handle any pitch really in any zone. Line-to-line hitter, power to all fields. You know, one thing they were talking about, like, you knew he was going to have the power, but he was going to be able to put together and be a complete hitter, and he showed that last year and is on his way for what looks like to be another great year with a little WBC mixed in here.
O'Neill Cruz, first time at the plate, takes over for Julio Rodriguez in center field. Julio came up 3 times, walked twice. Well, early looks here. Haven't seen a whole lot of O'Neill Cruz in the Grateful League, but it looks like he's made some tweaks to his stance.
Well, he has made adjustments, and he has talked about actually, you know, being able to handle left-handed pitching much better than he has so far in his career. Actually hired a personal left-handed batting practice thrower for the offseason to be able to practice a little bit more.
That's just unlucky. Right at Torkelson, right at Chris Myers over at first, just came on in place of Torkelson. And the line out doubles up Caminero. He had no chance to get back.
Yeah, he stays on this breaking ball really nice and hits a missile. Just, you know, wrong place, wrong time, right at the first baseman. Yeah, getting back to O'Neill, like he made it a point this offseason, like he wanted to absolutely improve against left-handed pitching, and had a nice at-bat there against him.
So the same thing here. We're going to get the Tigers changes for you as I fill them out. We got Bennett Lee behind the plate. Jack Penny's at second now. Gage Workman over at third. We saw Chris Myers over there at first make the play. And the veteran Corey Julks out in left field for Riley Green. Special assist right there for our ace researcher, Sam Auerbach, for keeping us up to date. Well, Sam, you've officially been hired for the high school All-American game. Good luck in August. 2-0, Rick Fowl. Because there are no rules in that. That's a story for another time.
Va a ser la banca tuvieron más contundencia que la de
Y aquí está hablando precisamente de 30 honrones, uno que lo puede hacer. Dio 21 su primer año, Agustín Ramírez, el catcher de los Marlins de Miami. Con ese poder para también conectar 30, original de los Yankees, y luego pasó en cambio a los Marlins.
Hit 21 home runs, 67 RBIs. He finished 6th in the Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, he can swing the bat. He can really hit. It's a work in progress behind the plate. But if there's one thing that he definitely has, it's the hit tool.
So part of a larger conversation, which hopefully we can get to here with the 3-2 and 2 outs, but because there are more holes in his defensive game, what would you work on with him first? You can't do everything all at once. What would be priority number one with him defensively?
Well, he needs to learn how to, as far as his positioning, his footwork. Look at that. There's the bat.
He said he could hit. He heard you.
I think what he's done a lot over the course of last season and even the previous season, as we see here, just he's got a violent swing from the left side, but makes a good amount of contact. For a young guy, has a very mature approach and has always been able to really swing the bat. But behind the plate, struggled a bit. Not just a bit, but he struggled defensively and had some really tough games where he was trying to kind of toe the line of helping his pitcher when it comes to framing, but also making sure that he was in the right position to catch the ball, block the ball, and throw runners out. So there's still a lot of work when it comes to his setup and his footwork that he's trying to accomplish there in order to make him comfortable, but to be able to do all three of those facets well as a big league catcher. So that work continues.
I was going to say, that does not happen overnight. A single
como a las 10 y punto yo no salí para afuera, yo no voy a decir a mi mamá, son las 10:31.
Jeremy Pena, former World Series MVP. Been an all-star last year, but got hurt and was replaced, but really put together a nice year for the Astros.
Yeah, he's really started to come onto his own, having that sensational playoff run in his rookie season with the Astros. Has battled some injuries, but he looks great in a baseball uniform, and I just love his athleticism.
¿Y por qué tomó la llamada tú? Usted no trae que me estén pendientes, no estén pendientes, porque lo voy a decir a mi mamá. Ya son las 9:30 y yo voy a estar allá afuera. Son las 9:30 como a las 10 y punto yo voy a salir para afuera. Como a las 10 y punto yo voy a salir por los recuerdos que estoy haciendo aquí.
Alex referenced the Gold Glove, ALCS, and World Series MVP. Now a fly into right field. This one is back, this one's carrying, and this one is off the wall. Jeremy Pena is going for 3. And he's got it no problem. An RBI triple and another run for the Dominican.
Yeah, Pena just gets a pitch on the outer half right here, and it just shows his strength and his power, being able to drive this ball to right field. Perez does a nice job trying to track it, but trying to find the wall at the same time comes up a little bit short, and because of that, Peña's able to crawl all the way around the third.
Jeremy Pena hit 2 triples last year. He was 5th in the AL with a .304 average. And he is a great guy to have if you're not going to start him. Seems like everybody in this game and the Dominican lineup has a hit, and that's what it feels like. 12 runs, 17 hits. Strike on Socrates Brito. First plate appearance came out as a pinch runner for Tatis in the 5th. 30-year-old Brian Sammons trying to send this game to the 7th.
No como a las 10:30, no, eso como a las 10:15.
There's Jack Penny tested, throwing out Brito to retire the side. But the Dominican Republic adds another run. They've scored in 4 of their 6 innings tonight and take control going to the 7th.
The World Baseball Classic is right around around the corner. Wednesday on MLB Network, it's the Detroit Tigers and the Dominican Republic at 2 Eastern. All this and more on MLB Network.
Está bien, yo te voy a esperar como a las 10 y 20 más o menos.
Football season's over. Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh, that's my favorite season.
We should have a watch party.
Jim Beam and Lemonade. Best enjoy together.
Josh, you're a pro baller, podcaster, and a wine connoisseur. Is there anyone doing as much as you right now?
Only Tommy John. They're doing the most.
Ya yo le voy a dar el teléfono a mi mamá ya. Entonces como a las 10 y 20 te voy a
This is
pegar.
underwear with game.
Applebee's is bringing a taste of the Big Easy to your neighborhood, serving up all the Cajun flavors you've been craving, starting at just $11.99, like the fan-favorite Bourbon Street Chicken and Andouille Penne, the new mouth-watering Big Easy Burger, and the new Cajun-style Bayou Shrimp Bowl. So come on in and bring the whole neighborhood to the table. A taste of the Big Easy, starting at just $11.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
Let's go. Degree Clinical 5X. Protection for 5 types of sweat? Let's see. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Personal questions getting too personal? No sweat. Time to give them a show they didn't ask for. See? No sweat. New Degree Clinical 5X, the strongest degree ever.
MLB Tonight spring training coverage continues every day on MLB Network. Tune in for exclusive interviews with the biggest stars, complete highlights, and reactions from the day's spring action, as well as analysis of the day's biggest news. MLB Tonight spring training edition every day on MLB Network. The pitcher for the Dominican Republic is Yankees right-hander Camilo Doval. As you get a look inside of Santo Domingo's Estadio Quisqueya Juan Marichal. Something that we haven't really talked about, Alex, in the midst of all this offense, the relievers that have been trotting out of the DR bullpen tonight have locked it down.
Yeah, Albert has definitely have a stable of fantastic arms coming out of that Dominican bullpen. And Duvall, you know, with the Giants and Yankees last year, you can see his numbers right there, thrown to a 3.58 ERA, 72 strikeouts to the 35 walks. But, you know, another big arm for this bullpen. You know, big fastball with that slider combination. You know, has had some bouts with some walks in the past, but you know, another option for Albert Pujols with some real good swing and miss stuff, and like can really shut down any lineup.
The stories tonight: the Dominican offense erupting in the 4th and the 5th, and Kevin McGonigal, baseball's consensus #2 prospect, who's driven in 3 of the 4 Tigers runs.
Yeah, the quality of his at-bats tonight, he's definitely been the story on the Tigers side, trying to do everything he can to make that ball club. He's really put on a great showing tonight.
Got it started with a solo shot on the very first pitch from Luis Severino. And a really good take right there on a tough pitch from Doval.
I mean, some of his at-bats, like you said, the takes he's making, you know, right there definitely holds up, doesn't go on that one.
Is he doing a little Soto right there?
Yeah, a little Soto shuffle.
A little Soto going on. 2-1. He just looks polished,
well,
you know?
He looks comfortable.
Oh, man.
He looks hitterish up there right now. Like you can tell he's seeing the ball really, really well. You know, you can see it there. You know, some of those scouting notes right there. They're calling him arguably one of the best hitting prospects of the 2020s. Right there, just missing one on another good swing. Like his at bats, like he seems like he's on everything. You know, he's seeing the ball really well. So, you know, it's going to be a tough decision.
Dímelo, Manny. Para que tenga una idea, una pelita ahí, chile. Hay que celebrar de carrera más, va a estar asegurado, Manny.
Midwest League prospect of the year last year. Great shot from behind the plate of Doval getting ready. Florida's State League MVP 2 years ago from McGonigal. And boy, he has lived up to every bit of hype. The kid is on a tear, and he's 3 for 3. And how cool is that? He gets to hug the 39-year-old who probably could drive him to the field tomorrow in Carlos Santana.
Well, he gets a breaking ball slider here from Duvall, and it's a nice hard base hit to right field, and that's going to be his night.
I was going to say, go out on top, young man. Nicely done. Kevin McGonigal, one of his first big showings on national TV here on MLB Network. A perfect 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs for the Tigers. And now the veteran Corey Julks getting his first AB in place of Riley Green. Woody Hadeen, the pinch runner, now at first. Julks in the air to left center. O'Neill Cruz makes the play.
Yeah, nice seeing Cruz getting some reps out in center field. You know, that's another thing that I think in his game, like, really been working hard at. For the Pirates, you know, had some struggles out defensively in center field, and, you know, wanting to be more of a complete player. He's got all the tools, so looking for him to really start to put it together.
And what I think will help him too this year, Alex, is the big bats that they brought in. You know, guys like Ozuna to clog up the middle of the order. I mean, they brought in 69 home runs, so suddenly O'Neill Cruz does not have to be the focal point of the lineup with Brian Reynolds. I think it makes him more of a secondary piece, which I think for right now is a good spot for him. And there's a nice piece from Wencel Perez, his second single of the night. So he's 2 out of 4.
Yeah, Wencel gets another breaking ball from Duvall there up over the plate, kind of gets underneath it, does a nice job of driving it to right field.
Chris Myers on his way to the plate for the first time in place of Spencer Torkelson, and Perez, like McGonigal, comes out after a single.
You know he's excited to be able to put a good showing on in front of his home crowd and some family and friends as well.
Strike 1 from Doval, who's going to have a much bigger role this year for the Yankees. Came over at the deadline, and if you look at the Yankees' offseason moves, really didn't do a whole lot to alter their bullpen. So Doval now a full-time member, plus the losses of Luke Weaver and Devin Williams to the Mets.
Yeah, I think between him and Bednar, that's a pretty good combination at the back end of games right there for him.
We'll see the Renegade with Team USA. Had a great time with you last night, by the way, doing that Team USA preview show. And a swing and a miss. That one rising out of the zone. Doval's got the strikeout. He might have thought there were 3 outs. He'll stick around for one more.
Yeah, his fastball right here just got so much run to the arm side right there, where he's able to get the chase off the plate.
Keith came out earlier for Gage Workman. So you look, it wasn't all bad for the Tigers. 1 through 5 in the order. You look at McGonigal with his night, and then Perez and Keith with a couple of base hits.
A lot of guys with some high numbers in the game right now. That's all right. I remember I had number 75 my first.
That was your first one?
Yeah.
You didn't care. It had the Tigers on it. You were happy.
Yeah, I was in big league camp.
Ball 1 on Gage Workman. See his numbers from a year ago. Got a couple of espressos with the Chicago teams. Tapper back to Doval. Gets up for it. And funnels it to Santana to end the inning. 2 singles, nothing else for the Tigers. They haven't scored since the 4th. Time of stretch in Santo Domingo. They're having a party tonight.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah. Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory Or eggshell.
Cream.
Maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
And over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
To those who never got over Olive Garden's braised beef tortelloni, and those who rallied to bring back ravioli to Portobello, we're obsessed that you're still obsessed. So we're bringing back fan favorites for a limited time, starting at $12.99.
AMC is the new home of TNA Thursday Night Impact.
We are witnessing a golden era
where drama goes next level.
It will be carnage.
TNA Thursday Night Impact every Thursday at 9 on AMC. Stream on AMC Plus.
That's rough. But hey, with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Any way I want.
It's your windshield. Get it fixed any way you want with SafeLight. SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Every legend starts somewhere. Not in the spotlight, but in the work. It starts here, dialing in your swing, leveling up your look. Then, it clicks. You're locked in. From repping your country on the world stage to building a ball club. It's your journey, your moment, your show. Make your mark. Become a legend.
Rated E for everyone.
MLB Plus is new for 2026. Watch live games and exclusive shows on MLB Network, plus live radio broadcasts of every game and access to Big Inning. That's a pretty good show, as well as minor league action. Get MLB Plus for $59.99 a year. Back here with Alex Avila, I'm Greg Caserta. So good to be with you for the first of 2 exhibitions here at Estadio Quisqueya Juan Marichal, which can be a mouthful, but I think if you really think it out, you can get through it.
Yeah, I've played a few games in that stadium, and
Rosario right at Workman. That one ate him up. Karam's into foul ground. Not really sure if that took a hop on him. Ahmed Rosario, second straight inning, he gets on base.
Yeah, it looks like here on this ground ball, just kind of trying to stays back, and it kind of caroms up and takes a funky hop on Workman, not able to kind of corral that and make the scoop, but ends up being in there.
So a couple of changes here for the Tigers. Woody Hadeen still at shortstop for Kevin McGonigal. Max Clark actually stayed in the game. He goes from center to right for Wencel Perez. And now Seth Stevenson takes over in center. After the error by Workman, a big swing by Junior Lake for strike 1. Junior Lake, a late add to this Dominican Republic team. With Johan Rojas no longer eligible to play in this World Baseball Classic. Ground ball to third, a chance for Workman to redeem himself. The flip and the turn, not in time to get 2.
Yeah, well, with the slow roller here from Lake. Workman does a nice job to be able to get the feed there, but Lake running, hustling down the line, and able to beat the throw from the second baseman, and the Tigers have to settle for 1.
Junior's played primarily in the Dominican Winter League for Leones. Last year in the Mexican League, he had quite the year. 299, 16 homers, and 60 ribbies in just 89 games.
Well, he's always had the power. It was just a matter of him trying to be able to be a little more consistent when it came to making contact, but he definitely has power.
There's Carlos Santana, an RBI single his first time. I think it's got to be for the young guys that know Carlos Santana, his fellow countrymen. They have to be giving him a lot of ribbing in that clubhouse as the grandpa of this group.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that while I'm sitting here having played against Carlos for as long as I did, because it's hard to think of, like, okay, we're about 40 years old, how he's like one of the elder statesmen on that team.
Slow roller to third. Everything's finding Workman, and he has another issue with it. Nothing's been routine. These 3 balls hit to third.
Yeah, Workman, who's typically pretty sure-handed in the field, on a slow roller up here, kind of indecisive whether he was going to try to go to second base or just get the out at first. In those situations, a lot of times you want to just be able to, get one, but just ends up misplaying that. Usually pretty sure-handed.
Quick mound visit from Bennett Lee. He goes out to calm down the left-hander Brian Sammons.
Yeah, I think in that situation right there, they're just kind of going through signs. I don't think they're using pitch comm in this game, so with a guy on second base trying to decide whether they're going to use multiple signs or just go with the one sign.
Ends up being an infield single for Carlos Santana, 2 for 2. 12 runs, 18 hits for the Dominican Republic squad. Michael De Leon, the batter. Check down at first. No swing, says Brian Honor. He be the judge.
Well, let's take a look at it here. Borderline right there. A lot of times, it's the umpire's judgment whether he win or not. Some guys try to look for the break of the wrist or if it crosses the plate.
Grounded to short, and somehow they get the flip off. Had a chance to end it with a double play, but Hadeen juggled it. Was able to recover and flip it to Penny for the force.
Yeah, some defensive miscues here for the Tigers in this inning right here. Just not able to get a handle on the ball. What would have been a routine double play ends up being just the one out at second base. Good recover, though.
Tigers were a top 10 team in defensive runs saved a year ago. They've had a case of the juggles here in the 7th. Runners at the corners. And ball 1 up top. Mel Rojas Jr. taking over for Junior Caminero, who finishes up 4 for 4 in his first exhibition. All right, Mel. Your turn. Ball and a strike. It's an 8-run game, but they're still screaming.
Well, yeah, the energy in that place, that's not going away no matter what.
Did you have mostly positive experiences playing there?
Oh, I had an absolute great time playing winter ball in the Dominican. It's a fantastic experience. I would always tell guys, after that, and I grew up, going to the Dominican quite a bit and spending summers as a kid there with my grandfather. But playing winter ball there, I tell guys coming up, especially American guys, to take that opportunity to go if you have that opportunity to experience something different, because it's a great form of baseball.
Good spot right there from Sammons. He freezes Rojas and ends the bottom of the 7th. 2 left at the corners. We're on to the 8th.
MLB Tonight is back in mid-season form, bringing the latest buzz from every camp.
This team is built to win and win right now.
Plus, exclusive access to live pre- and post-game coverage from the World Baseball Classic on MLB Tonight.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot.
Hey, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven, long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
Josh, you're a pro baller, podcaster, and a wine connoisseur. Is there anyone doing as much as you right now?
Only Tommy John. They're doing the most. Soft, stylish, and supportive. This is Underwear with Game.
ACE's Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Lemons. Football season's over.
Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh, that's my favorite season.
We should have a watch party.
Jim Beam and Lemonade. Best enjoyed together.
I have to give my partner Alex Avila a lot of credit because he went through some old family photo albums and dug up this gem from 1987 in the Dominican Republic.
Well, I mean, Greg, right here, that's my grandfather on the left, and Peter O'Malley there on the right. This was the grand opening, really, of Campos Las Palmas there in the Dominican Republic, the very first academy by a Major League Baseball team in the Dominican, which was kind of like the brainchild of Al Campanis, Peter O'Malley, and my grandfather to really invest into that island. You know, they saw the Dodgers were one of the first teams to really kind of start tapping into the talent in the Dominican Republic, with my grandfather kind of spearheading that. Him and Epi Guerrero, a longtime great scout, you know, kind of were really the first to really go through and notice the talent in Dominican, and it kind of started a little bit of a revolution as far as the type of players and the quality of players coming through. But that camp right there was the first of its kind, where they would develop the players. They'd go through English and math class as well to help them, assimilate for whenever they do come to the United States. And was a tremendous thing that the Dodgers did, and for that island, they really put the time and energy to invest in the Dominican Republic. But there's some great players that came through there. Pedro Martinez, Ramon Martinez, Raul Mondesi, Mariano Duncan, Jose Vizcaíno, Adrian Beltre, another one. They sent Mike Piazza there after they drafted him to develop as a catcher. So it's the Dominican's a special place for our family.
So you went down there as a young kid, and while we were going down memory lane here, a strikeout from Wandy Peralta and a liner over to first, caught by Santana. Jack Penny retired after Ben Malgeri struck out. So two quick ones. This was something that I really wanted us to get into. So you went down there a lot as a kid, you said. You spent a lot of time there, spending summers with your grandfather. So which player do you remember where you were like, wow, I'm in the presence of this guy?
Well, you gotta remember too, those guys, a lot of the players, they're young at the time, 16, 17, 18 years old. So you're not really, you don't know what they're going to end up becoming. But I remember having, some interactions, with Pedro in those years, and Piazza in those early years. But tremendous memories growing up every summer with my grandfather in the Dominican.
Wandy Peralta, clearly not a fan of story time. He throws 5 pitches to retire this side. We're through 7.5 in the DR.
Applebee's is bringing a taste of the Big Easy to your neighborhood, serving up all the Cajun flavors you've been craving, starting at just $11.99, like the fan-favorite Bourbon Street Chicken and Andouille Penne, the new mouth-watering Big Easy Burger, and the new Cajun-style Bayou Shrimp Bowl. So come on in and bring the whole neighborhood to the table. A taste of the Big Easy, starting at just $11.99. That's eating good.
If you were recently injured in a car accident, you need to hear this. Hiring an attorney could get you 3.5 times more compensation. If you don't have an attorney, stop now and contact Find Legal immediately. We make finding an accident attorney fast, easy, and hassle-free.
Call 1-800-300-3004
to get connected with an attorney in minutes. No upfront costs, no legal fees unless they win.
Call 1-800-300-3004.
Behold, the new Harry's Plus. 5 German-engineered steel blades, premium metal handle, our most advanced pivot mechanism, at a price that makes Big Razor big mad, and guys everywhere very happy. Harry's Plus.
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better protection from online threats. Get NordVPN now.
Work.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
The Dominican Republic can win it with 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. We are playing WBC rules, so 15 or more through 5, 10 or more through 7. It's a 12-4 game as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Greg Caserta, Alex Avila, the rest of our wonderful crew. So happy to be with you for the first of 2 of these exhibition games. O'Neill Cruz sent a scorched liner to first his last time up, but ended up hitting into a double play. Ryan Salmons still in there. He's been working quite a bit here for the Tigers and slowed this lineup down as they've gone to the bench.
Yeah, Salmon's kind of the long guy, swingman for A.J. Hinch in this staff. Kind of played both those roles a little bit over the last couple of years for the Tigers in that bullpen.
7, 8, and 9 here for Albert Pujols' squad. 27-year-old Nizayo native O'Neill Cruz. Getting ready for his 3rd full season.
Yeah, we talked a little bit earlier about him like really starting to put together all those tools. He's got an incredible amount of baseball tools and trying to see if he can actually put it together.
Like right there. He puts a swing on this one, sends it deep to right, but it dies right up against the wall. And that thing sounded good, looked good, but he just missed.
Yeah, looking at O'Neill Cruz's home run splits, I mean, that swing right there gave me flashbacks to the home run derby. But tremendous power. I mean, we all know that he's got the ability to hit it out of any ballpark, line to line, you know, just an incredible amount of power. It's just a matter of being consistent with those at-bats, not giving at-bats away, you know, finding a way to make quality contact throughout, not just on those ace swings as well, and putting together professional at-bats, because he has all the tools in the world to be one of the stars of this game.
Good job by Ben Maljury to locate the baseball and not get spooked by the wall behind him. So 2 loud outs for O'Neill Cruz.
Yeah, and looking more comfortable against lefties. I mean, lefties really gave him fits last year and had a hard time, really struggled, but a couple of at-bats against Salmons right there looking comfortable.
It's the 24-year-old Agustin Ramirez who singled and scored in the 6th. Last year for Miami, 231, 21 homers, 67 ribbies, and he's got some wheels, 16 steals, leading all catchers a year ago.
Yeah, how about that, representing from behind the plate in the stolen bag category.
So now I have to ask, I don't do this to you too often.
Are you going to ask me how many stolen bases I had in my career?
What was your high for a year? Do you remember?
No idea. I mean, definitely single digits.
Well, the best is I get to look it up.
I'm going to say under 5.
Going under 5? Okay.
Over, under on 5? What do you think?
Well, according to our research department, you had 3 steals in 2011.
So under 5.
You were an all-star that year.
Funny story, actually. One year going into spring training, Jim Leland tells me, he goes, Alex, you know, I think I'm going to give you the green light more often. Not too many people are going to be expecting you to steal. So one day in spring training, I'm on first. Joe West is the first base umpire. And there's a break in the game, right? The pitching coach comes out to talk to the pitcher, and I'm talking to Joe, and I go, hey, Joe, might want to watch out for me this year. I'm going to, you know, Leland's going to give me the green light more often to be able to steal some bags. And he starts laughing. He goes, good, then the game will go quicker.
That's classic cowboy right there. You had to know you were setting him up.
Oh, yeah, for
you
sure.
had to know.
Yeah, no, I knew I was going to get some smart comeback from Joe West there.
You couldn't write a punchline any better than that. So Ramirez works a walk. Look out, Jeremy Pena. He made his own mark on this game with a ribby triple in the 6th. Yeah, you were consistent. You know, 8 steals, 8 caught stealing. We like nice, even numbers.
Oh, that's a terrible ratio.
Pena to chase, 1-1. Bennett Lee doing the catching.
Yeah, that was a nice block right there on the breaking ball in the dirt. One thing about, guys nowadays, catching on a knee, you're typically always going to be down there. That was something when you're in a crouch, you want to be on time to block that pitch. But now with the knee down, you just want to make sure you're getting that chest in front of it.
Can you be a plus defender going into that style?
Oh, no doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, we see it now with a lot of guys. I think Alejandro Kirk does it, I think the best on one knee. You've seen JT Realmuto do it for a long time on one knee. You just have to know yourself really well as far as what you're capable of doing while you're on a knee.
That's a nice piece from Pena. He guides it the other way. Ramirez stops at second. And the 9 spot for the Dominican Republic tonight has produced 4 hits. Jeremy Pena, perfectly placed.
Yeah, not doing too much with that, just going the other way with that, and finding the hole right there. That's a good piece of hitting.
Looks like Jeremy's going to wait here for a pitching change. Tigers go into their bullpen. Johan Simon on his way in to try and finish up the bottom of the 8th.
Lemons. Football season's over.
Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh, that's my favorite season.
We should have a watch party.
Jim Beam and Lemonade. Best enjoyed together.
Your dog is bored. Trapped inside because of your weed killer. But now, there's Spruce, the pet-friendly weed and grass killer. Spruce works differently by dehydrating to the roots for dead weeds in just 1 day. So go ahead, let the dogs out with Spruce. Pet-friendly, weed deadly.
AMC is the new home of TNA Thursday Night Impact,
We are witnessing a golden era.
where drama goes next level.
It will be carnage.
TNA Thursday Night Impact, every Thursday at 9 on AMC. Stream on AMC+.
Applebee's is bringing a taste of the Big Easy to your neighborhood, serving up all the Cajun flavors you've been craving, starting at just $11.99, like the fan-favorite Bourbon Street Chicken and andouille penne, the new mouth-watering Big Easy Burger, and the new Cajun-style Bayou Shrimp Bowl. So come on in and bring the whole neighborhood to the table. A taste of the Big Easy, starting at just $11.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
The World Baseball Classic is back, featuring stars like Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, and Juan Soto as they take the field to represent their countries. Scan the QR code to see every matchup. Expect everything. Well, we've seen a loaded lineup. Beat up Tigers pitching tonight. Dominican Republic leading 12-4 on 19 hits. And this bullpen behind Luis Severino, who got the start, has been dynamite. Rito back up the middle, right at the shortstop. Takes care of it himself. That's Woody Hadeen starting and ending the double play. And the inning comes to an end. So Simone comes in, gets the inning-ending double play. Last chance for Detroit when we come back.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah? Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
And over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen. Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Now, lemons. Football season's over.
Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh, that's my favorite season.
We should have a watch party.
Jim Beam and Lemonade. Best enjoyed together.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise! DirecTV got hot.
Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps. So hot. Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
It's not just what you do for your heart, it's how you talk to it. Yes, honey, you are powerful.
Cheerios, made with whole grain oats and a whole lot of heart.
It happened so fast to close out the bottom of the 8th inning, but Tigers lefty Johan Simon came in and got an inning-ending double play, which had to feel really good for him. He is from La Romana in the Dominican Republic, so very quick appearance. And now it's the 9th inning, last chance for the Tigers. One final pitcher here. Huáscar Brazoban of the Mets. Now 36 years old. After Wandy Peralta threw 5 strikes and retired the side in order in the 8th.
He's got a really good story, Brazoban does. You know, kind of been a journeyman, but with the Marlins, really found his footing in their bullpen and pitched some really good innings. Had a fantastic first half. Struggled a bit in the second half, you know, little bumps here and there with the Mets, but he's got a really, really nasty changeup.
Another pitch comm issue for Agustin Ramirez. Huáscar, a great story. Didn't make his debut until he was 32 years old. That was in 2022. And then last year for the Mets, 52 appearances, ERA of 3.57.
Yeah, between the sinker that he throws and his changeup, I mean, he's getting ground balls a little over 50% of the time, and just a ground ball machine. You know, that's a massive weapon for Albert Pujols in this bullpen, to be able to bring him in certain situations with guys on base when you might need a ground ball to get a double play.
I mean, you were talking about Doug Fister just the other night, ground ball specialist. I know you love guys like that.
Oh, yeah.
Bennett Lee, the catchers, there's a strike.
I love the ability to always try to get a couple of outs with one pitch, and when you have a guy that has the ability to get the ball on the ground like that, it's a plus.
2 quick ones, 96 from Brazoban. Talk about this Dominican bullpen tonight. Really showing the problems that they are going to pose for Pool D. Oh, that's just unfair, and he puts down Lee on 3 pitches.
Yeah, there's that changeup right there. I say changeup, it's 91, but you know, 90, 91 miles an hour. But it's just the movement on that, and you know, the big key about the changeup is the arm action. Like, it looks like heater coming out of his hand, and it just falls off the table.
How about this for this bullpen right now? We're looking at 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, and 10 strikeouts.
Well,
that's it.
Albert Pujols, you know, trotted out like all the big names that he's got in that bullpen for all them to be able to get some work in front of the home crowd, and they didn't disappoint. They shut down this Tigers offense that, you know, in that first inning after McGonigal hit that home run, they came out swinging. There
was one unearned run mixed in there, which which was charged to Dennis Santana. That was when the Tigers scored their last run back in the fourth. Abner Uribe struck out the side. That was in the sixth.
Well, he was absolutely electric. Out of all those guys that came in from the bullpen, I mean, what he featured in that inning, striking out the side, was pure filth.
Big swing right there from Woody Hadeen, who came out as a pinch runner in the seventh, so his first official AB. Best part is we get to do this all over again tomorrow, partner. And there's that two-seam run, 97, dotting the inner half for out number 2.
Yeah, that's the equalizer right there when you're trying to stay on the changeup. He's able to rear back and throw 97, and that ball just catches the inside part of the plate right there, running back, and a nice job by Ramirez to give Ramon behind the plate a good hook.
Something about a pretty front door like that just never gets old.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to pull the trigger when you're a left-handed hitter like that on that pitch.
Well, he gets his work in, and Brazoban strikes out a pair. One more out for the Dominican. The big finish when we come back.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot.
Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps. So hot. Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Let's go.
Degree Clinical 5X. Protection for 5 types of sweat? Let's see. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Personal questions getting too personal? No sweat. Time to give them a show they didn't ask for. See? No sweat. New Degree Clinical 5X, the strongest degree ever.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Fans are still sitting inside of Estadio Quisqueya Juan Marichal. Quick turnaround tomorrow, so hopefully some of these people took the day off and they'll be back in the seats. 2 o'clock Eastern, first pitch right here on MLB Network for round 2 between the Tigers and the DR. He's Alex Avila. I'm Greg Caserta. Great crew down the hall in the control room, making sure that we've gotten through. And we've seen a great game. The Dominican Republic exploding in a 5-run 4th inning that featured 3 home runs from Soto, Machado, and Caminero. One final pitcher, Juan Mejia, after back-to-back strikeouts from Brazoban. Corey Jolks right back to the mound, and that's going to do it. Stand and cheer. The Dominican Republic wins game 1 in Santo Domingo.
Yeah, just absolute domination by this Dominican team. The offense really showed up. And highlight of this game, I think, for me, was that bullpen that Albert Pujols was trotting out. They did a fantastic job throughout the night.
Just unbelievable. 7 innings, 4 hits, and 11 strikeouts with only 1 unearned run allowed. So Luis Severino, okay, didn't have his A-plus stuff tonight. 2 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, but this bullpen, and we'll just list them all quickly by name. Soto, Santana, Dominguez, Estevez, Uribe, Doval, Peralta, Brazoban, Mejia. That's what makes this team, to me, and I've been saying it for several days, the biggest threat to the United States. It's not just the studs they have in the rotation. They've got guys that can cover the later innings, too.
Yeah, the biggest thing for them was, being able to come together and play as a team. And you could tell throughout the entire game, their at-bats over the course of the game was, there was a lot of intent in each and every single one of them. And they looked ready to go. And you know, I know this Tigers team, like, you know, there was a lot of, you know, really good players that they brought on this, and there were some young guys that were playing in this game, but this Dominican team looks ready
ustedes saben, estaremos transmitiendo todos los juegos de la República Dominicana en este canal y también en Twitch. Así mismo como está mi nombre, soy Quiero Paquetón. Y nada, hasta la próxima.